Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here with Homemade Entrepreneur. So I wanted to take some time today to answer a question that some people want to know, but then when I tell them the answer that I have, it's like then they're not sure about coming into business for themselves. So the question always is, what's it like to run a business? What's it like to be the boss? What's it like to make the decisions? Live and die by your decision. It's different, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly what I mean by it's different right now. So everybody wants to know, what's it like to be the boss? Everyone thinks it's great. You wake up whenever you want to. You can work, an hour a day if you wanted to. That's not what it's like. That is not actually what it's like to be the boss. To be the boss, it's very stressful. Especially if you are the boss and you are employing other people. You have employees. You have families that are actually depending on you. It can be very stressful because there are times, and even recently, just recently I decided to stop using my video editor that I was using probably for the past 3 years. So I decided I was going to stop using him. I took the time to actually learn Adobe Premiere Pro. Before that I was using like iMovie a little bit, and then I was using I think it's called like Vegas or whatever, Vegas Pro or something anyway. And so I decided I was gonna stop using him and I was gonna handle everything myself. Well, then the emails started coming in. I was really relying on this money. Now I'm gonna have to find other work and all this stuff and just to pay the bills. So I ended up keeping him on until end of this year, so he'll be on until December. And that's just a decision I made. He's been around with me for so long. Whenever I asked him to do something, he always did it. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna keep you on for a little bit longer, and he's gonna do all the video editing for my other YouTube channels and everything else. So that was a stressful few days, because I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get rid of him and I'm gonna use that money, so I'm not gonna pull any more money out of the business. I'm just gonna allocate that cost over to something else. So now obviously I couldn't do that, but that's one of the bad parts about being the boss, is you make the decisions. You live and die by your decisions. Some days I'll come into work late because I was up the night before till midnight or 2 o'clock, and I don't want to get up at 6 or 7 o'clock. And so I'll get up at 8 or 9, hang out with the kids for a little bit, because right now it's summer. And so I'll hang out with the kids for a little bit, and then I'll head into work. That's just what I do. But there are times where you gotta get up early. You gotta get up 4 or 5 o'clock because you didn't hit your deadline. You didn't do what you need to do the day before. That happens to me all the time. I always overload my schedule because I have high expectations. I have goals that are, in most people's minds, are just unrealistic. And you have to set unrealistic goals that are somewhat achievable, because if you don't push yourself, you're never going to take your business anywhere. So another thing, there's times where you just forget to eat. Like, I'll be working pretty much from 6 in the morning. And this happened the other day, where I was working from like 6 in the morning, and finally about like 4:30 I realized I haven't had breakfast, I haven't had lunch, and it was coming up on dinner time. And so just things like that. That reminds me, I should take my vitamin. Anyway, so my adult gummies. Thank you, Costco, Kirkland. Love these things. Say you're supposed to take it with food. I usually don't. That could be why sometimes I'm a little jittery, but it gets me through the day. Anyway, so took my vitamin. Probably shouldn't be chewing it, but anyway. Okay, I'm good. So the other thing, when you are running the business yourself, and anyone out there that has a business that they've been running, or you have, like, all my businesses are online, nobody ever sees me work, and I like it that way. Most of my family, most of my friends have no clue what I do, and that's perfect. You know, even my wife, sometimes she doesn't know exactly what I do. Now, she understands, you know, the Amazon FBA, she understands coaching, website. She's been with me for long enough. She understands all that stuff. But there are little things here and there that she has no clue. You know, checks will come in the mail and they actually go to my house instead of the office. So it's like, hey, you got a check. You know, what's this from? It's like, oh, there's something else I did. You know, and so I always get questions. You know, what is this? What are you doing? And as the boss, you know, as, you know, her husband, I should, you know, I have the obligation to explain that to her. And so that also goes back to, you know, as people, they don't understand what you do. They don't understand, you know, okay, yes, you're working, but you don't have the schedule, you know, 9 to 5 like most people do. So if they need something in the middle of the day, let's say, you know, one of the kids isn't feeling good, or, you know, they need to be picked up from school, you know, somebody's is moving, they want you to come help them. I get text messages all the time. Now, I still get text messages, but now most people know I will not answer a text message. I will not answer phone calls unless it's my wife, my son, you know, my mom or dad or brother. Usually I'm not answering a phone call. If it's very important, somebody will call me. One of those people will call me. But if it's not important, somebody else calls me. And that's just the way it is. And so I don't talk on the phone that often. When I make a phone call, usually it's something important. I'm not just calling you to see, you know, what's going on, you know, how your day's going. Usually I'm calling for a reason. And so, you know, people understand that my time, I put it into my businesses. I put it into, you know, videos. So I try to cut, you know, a certain amount of time out of my day, you know, just for videos. So I'm sitting here in the office, you know, I was just about to do a phone call, and it's like, yeah, it's 9:23 p.m. right now, which, you know, right now, actually the Seahawks are playing. So if you like football, give the video a thumbs up. If you like the Seahawks, you know, give the video a thumbs up. But the Seahawks are playing. Normally, when the Seahawks play, I'm a big, you know, Seahawks fan. I'm not like wearing all the shirts and all the gear and all that stuff, but I'm a big fan. I love football, love the sport, love all the, you know, players. Anyway, you know, they're playing. I'm working. You know, I don't have the TV on. You know, I turn the TV on. I'd be watching, you know, the game, but I'm not doing that. You know, it's almost 9:30. I have a call at 9:30 that I'm gonna get on, but, you know, you gotta delegate your time. You have to know when you can do things. So like right now, like I said, shooting this video, talking to my camera, you know, this is the time I cut out of my day. I didn't realize I had a bunch of other stuff going on. I still have a shipment I need to do. I got shoes stacked over here in the corner that go 7 high, and they're 4 wide. So there's 28 pairs of shoes right there that need to go out. What else? Yeah, so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to do, but as the boss, as the business owner, as the person in charge, it's up to you to decide what's the most important task, what do you need done, you know, how is your business going to grow. You know, I made the executive decision that I was going to keep my video editor employed until the end of the year. That was my decision. That was on me. He's been with me for so long. I'm not just going to, you know, send him out there and be like, hey, sorry about that, you know, we're done. You know, I might be able to use him, you know, next year. But right now, you know, I have the time. I like to, you know, edit videos. I'm fairly quick at it. So paying him the cost that I was paying him, or the, you know, amount, it just wasn't. I looked at as I could save the money, do it myself, get a little bit more experience, and that would actually benefit me. So I'm slowly working into that. So that, you know, the end of this year is when it's like, okay, this is my job, this is what I'm doing. You know, it'll be fun, it'll be interesting. But another thing, on top of all the decisions, you're paying all the bills. Don't go into business for yourself. Don't think this online, empire that you're going to build is going to happen overnight. It really doesn't. I've been at this for 7 years, something like that, 6 years. I don't even know how many years, but it's one of those things that I wish I would have started a long time ago. In 6 years, 7 years, whatever. Most people say that's a long time. Honestly, I wish I would have started 10 years ago, because then I'd be so much further along. My websites, I'd have more than just the 100 whatever that I do. Yeah, I did have more, and I ended up losing quite a bit and selling some and just letting some shut down. But that was the decision I made. So the whole point of this video is working for yourself is not always what many people think it is. Right now, like I said, it's almost 9:30 on a Thursday night. There could be other things I could be doing. My kids are at home, my wife's at home. Could be there, spend time with them, but it's my obligation to pay for all the bills, to pay for all the stuff at home, pay for all the stuff here at the office, pay for other employees, for them to live their life. So just know, as the boss, as the employer, as the CEO, the decision maker, it's on you. It is all on you. You can't blame anybody else for whether you fail, whether you succeed. You make a lot of money, that's great. Are you gonna give all the all that praise or whatever to somebody else? No, you're gonna take it. Like, I did this, I built this business. If it fails, are you gonna push that onto somebody else? Hey, you're the one that did it. I couldn't work as much, I couldn't do this or that, I didn't have the money. No, you can't blame somebody else. It's all on you. Okay, so just know it all falls on you. And I know this is more of a rant. It's not really teaching you anything, but I want you to look at it from my perspective, from somebody that's been there, has been doing this for however long. It's not as easy as many people think. And a lot of times, and I throw the word out there all the time, is that it's easy. You just do this. It's so easy. This is all you gotta do. And it's like, it's honestly, when I watch the videos, like, and somebody says, well, you said it was easy. It wasn't that easy. It's like, well, in my mind it was easy, but I'm trying to convey that message to you guys. It's not always easy. There's things out there that are easy to do, but they're probably not making you a lot of money. Amazon FBA, it's very easy to get started, but to build it, to scale your business to $5,000 in sales, $10,000 in sales, $20,000, $50,000 a month. Once you start seeing the growth, you're going to see how much work you're actually putting in, and it's quite a bit of work. Right now you don't see half the stuff that I do. I don't record all day, because I set aside a chunk of time to just sit down and record. One thing that you don't see, which I talk about all the time, so I got about 2 minutes and I jump on this phone call, but so my phones are blowing up. Anyway, so one thing that I talk about all the time is I don't have everything sent to me, and the reason I don't is because I don't want to deal with it. So that's where prep centers come in. That's where I outsource writing. I outsource a little tired. Outsource video editing. I outsource some social media stuff. And I do that because I don't want to handle all that stuff. I did it all. I started doing it all, and it was so much work. It was so overwhelming. And so, like, right now, I got shoes sitting over here in the corner. I have toys sitting in the back. And the reason I have it is because that's retail arbitrage. Okay, I like doing retail arbitrage. I don't mind sending out a box, or actually be like 2.5 boxes of full of shoes, because I know that's a lot of profit in those shoes. Okay, so I don't mind doing that stuff, but you have to put in the work. Okay, it doesn't matter when you do it. You wake up early, you stay late at the office, you don't go to bed on time at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. There's days where I don't go to bed until 2 or 3 in the morning, and that's just my decision, because I would rather work late that one day, have sleep in a little bit the next day, and have the whole day or a large portion of the day to spend with my kids, spend with my family. You know, go on vacation. You know, just got back from the ocean. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll get a video edited, because I did do some vlogging over at the ocean, and just, you know, just kind of relaxing. You can see the room a little bit. It's a nice room. And then, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be doing more vlogging style videos, probably like 1 or 2 a week, just kind of fill you in on, you know, the lifestyle stuff, because I don't do a lot of that. I'm sitting here in the office. This is what I do. This is what you see most time, because this is what I'm almost always doing. When I'm not doing this, I'm spending time with my kids. I don't think you've ever seen my kids, my wife, because that's, you know, that's my personal stuff. You know, showing you my family, that doesn't really teach anything, but I am gonna kind of bring you guys along for the, you know, more vlogging style, just because I know a lot of you guys have been wondering about that, and kind of what do I do, how do I mix in personal and business stuff, and yeah. So if that's something you want to see, you know, hit that thumbs up button, so that I know there's a lot of you guys that have already told me that, but just so that I know, again, hit that thumbs up button. But yeah, there's, like I said, it's 9:31, a minute late, so I am going to jump on this call, and yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you want to see more vlogging style videos and just more day in the life, you know, personal, business, all that stuff. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.